Eddie Hearns is promoting on DAZN KSI versus Logan. I don't know if it's Paul Logan or Logan Paul. I don't know because I don't pay attention to those dudes. But come on, man. Come on, Eddie. You should be better than this. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And also, thank you to everybody that supports on the super chat and in the live streams, the Cash App. Thank you guys very much for helping out the channel so much and continuing to be supporters of the channel. All right, man. I don't know how to take this. Well, I do know how to take it. Man, come on. Come on. Eddie Hearn and DAZN are going to air the fight between, KSI and Logan Paul, or Paul Logan. I'm not even going to take the time to know what these guys' names are. I know that they're big YouTube stars like Superwoman and PewDiePie and several other YouTube personalities that have a lot of people that are interested in them. Okay, there's a saying, not all money is good money. Not all money is good money. Why would you treat seriously within the sport of boxing a fight between two YouTube channels? If you are a serious boxing promoter, if you are a true boxing fan, why would you shift the spotlight from real boxing and trying to generate real and give boxing fans what they need and promote two novices beating each other, trying to beat each other's head in? It's a joke. It's a joke. Could you imagine any other sport doing that? You have an NBA game, but before the NBA game, they're gonna have Tiger Woods and Serena Williams play a one-on-one basketball game, and that is the main event that's the main feature of the event. You have a world-class basketball players who are warming up and getting the crowd ready to watch an inferior product. When KSI and Logan, they did their first pay-per-view deal, that's going to appeal to the people that are fans of that are their fans. It's not going to appeal to boxing fans. I don't even know anybody. I didn't hear anything about people, telling me what actually had happened in the fight. I know that it was an amateur fight, and now this one's a professional fight because they're going to take their headgear off, I suppose, and the fight got sanctioned by, if it's going to be in LA, the California State Athletic Commission sanctioned the fight. They've got the proper insurance in place, and it's just ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous. And I listened to what Eddie Hearn had to say with his reasons about why he was doing this and how this is going to bring boxing to a whole new group of people. No, it's not. The people are going to sign up for DAZN that day to watch the fight. And then they're going to discontinue their membership and go back to watching PewDiePie and Superwoman and see who has the most in their subscriber count competition. Farces like that do not bring in new boxing fans. It is a curiosity. It is going to bring in people who are already fans of those two guys. They're going to pay $10 for DAZN membership. You're going to get a spike. More than likely, you're going to get a spike in your DAZN numbers, right, for the day. And those subscribers are going to go away. Unless you're going to be able to continually give them that same product. Or what's next? Are we now going to just continually have YouTube personalities fight each other on DAZN? How does that help the sport? How does that get people to truly appreciate the sport? My personal opinion is that the sport of boxing, it takes the wrong approach a lot of times. By trying to get and focus on people that are not fans of boxing and bringing them into the sport of boxing versus focusing on people that actually like the sport and making sure that the people that actually like the sport get more engaged in the sport. And once you get more engaged in the sport, then the quality of the fights go up, the quality of the competition goes up, and then you can start telling people by word of mouth that these really great fighters that are about to fight this week. There's an excellent fight going to take place between Tyrone Sprong and Alexander Usyk in the city of Chicago. I'm from the city of Chicago. I can actually tell people, hey man, there's not a bad fight. There's a real good fighter that's going to be in the city of Chicago. Alexander Usyk from the Ukraine, very good fighter. If you want to see a really good fighter, go watch him. And you can appreciate this dude's craft. Or you got Errol Spence Jr. versus Sean Porter coming up in LA. That's a really good fight. That's world-class athletics. Those are the best athletes. Holding a boxing pro-am. What sport has pro-ams been actually added to or been the main event over the actual professional fight? It's just ludicrous, man. I mean, it's ludicrous. And on top of that, not only is it ludicrous, it's just waiting for an accident to happen. These two guys are not boxers. They're not boxers. What happens if one of these guys get hurt? What happens if you put all of this major focus on these two guys fighting, right? Now, there's going to be focus on those guys fighting regardless because they are obviously very well-known people. So people are going to watch them regardless. But when the boxing establishment signs off on that, becomes part of that, and something tragic happens, well, I mean, can something tragic happen with two guys like that? I mean, they can't fight. It's an inferior. It's going to look like this. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like, what are they doing? I have no time, man. I don't think any of these little quirks, I guess it's not a quirk, any of these little tricks to get new fight fans interested in the fight, man, that's not even the reason. You're just trying to pocket a quick buck. You're pocketing a quick buck at the expense of the integrity of boxing. These guys are not professional fighters. This is not a professional fight. I don't care whether that technically it is because they're getting paid, but you are literally spotlighting F-level fighters, guys that if they were not famous, would not be allowed in the boxing ring again, should not be allowed. They probably would be allowed, but should not be allowed to be in the ring with an actual professional fighter. I thought that the Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Conor McGregor fight was a farce. And it was a farce. Anybody that knew anything about boxing knew what was going to happen to Conor McGregor when he fought Floyd Mayweather Jr. Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Conor McGregor made all kind of money. And now there's just continues to be talks about who the next boxing superstar is, that, who is the next boxing superstar that's going to be able to beat up on somebody from the MMA who got no shot against them and steal a bunch of money from boxing fans or MMA fans, really, because they stole that money from MMA fans. So now you go one step further and you have two guys that neither one of these guys can fight. They're going to be put on DAZN and they're going to be advertised as what boxing is about. Gimmicks. And then what? I can't wait to hear the pound for pound conversation. Is what happens if Logan Paul knocks out KSI? Do they become the top 10 pound for pound fighter because they earned the most? Look, they earned the most money ever in a look how many pay-per-view buys. They didn't do pay-per-view buys. They're gonna do DAZN. DAZN paid them $20 million a piece. They must be the greatest. It's just a clown act, man. Anyway, please, can we get serious about this boxing, man? I would really like if there was some way we could get rid of some sanctioning bodies. We could get rid of some weight classes. If we get rid of some sanctioning bodies and we get rid of some weight classes, then we'll stop diluting the product. We'll know who the actual best fighters are. The quality of boxing will go up because everybody has to fight better people. That's part of the equation too. If we could do that, boxing would be just fine. But these little one-off gimmick fights, man, they're just distractions. And honestly, man, it's just a bad look. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.